Hey K-State fans, Tim Fitzgerald with GoPowercat.com with another daily delivery from the home office. Well, K-State football recruiting doesn't seem to slow down. This is amazing. A few days ago, Ozzie Hoffler out of Atlanta committed to K-State, defensive end, 6'3", 220. Needs to put a little weight on to play at this level, but the coaches really like him. He committed 6 days after getting his K-State offer, so he really liked what the Wildcats had to say to him. And then on Tuesday night, Crew Jackson kind of caught us off guard a little bit with a late night commitment to K-State. He's out of Queen Creek, Arizona. What a cool name for a town. He is an amazing 6'5", 200-pound safety. He plays linebacker in high school. Could be a nickelback, could be a safety. He can fill a lot of roles for Kansas State. Maybe he does roll up into a linebacker once he gets to college and put some weight on. This was a nice get for Kansas State. Crew Jackson. Those commitments, of course, were broken at GoPowercat.com. Newsletters were sent. You need to subscribe to the newsletter. Hop on in there. Get down in the middle of the page there and the front page and fill that out. No obligation. You'll get a newsletter at least once a day sent to your inbox. And all the VIP coverage is now about to come as Ryan Wallace and Adam Suderman continue to break down this recruiting class, analyze the players, and talk to their coaches and see what they have to say about them. That is VIP content. 50% off an annual subscription. Still going at GoPowercat.com. The best team and recruiting coverage you will find of Kansas State. Been that way for a long time, but we're really kicking it into gear right now as we've got a really nice team on board that's kicking some butt for K-State readers. I'll tell you what, this special is going to end at the end of the month. It's 24/7 Sports' 10th anniversary. Been running it all month. The month's about out. 50% off. Go ahead and grab that. Well, one of the topics we talked to Chris Kleiman about on Tuesday during his Zoom teleconference was how this new NCAA waiver of this season is going to impact his roster. And Kleiman was quite honest that when he said he didn't really have any thoughts on it. Hasn't thought about it one bit. He'll deal with it later. Will Skylar Thompson come back for another season? He can now. Kleiman doesn't know. Doesn't even think it's on Skylar Thompson's mind right now. He's worrying about this season. And it's interesting that the NCAA did this, kind of a blanket immunity here. Anyone who plays this season gets that season back if they want it. The seniors automatically get it back, and everyone else will get a waiver they can exercise on down the road if they choose fit. Well, for next year, they will just simply expand the scholarship limit from 85 to how many of your seniors that want to stick around. If there's 10, you'll have 95. That solves next year's problem. But after that, it's a big mess because essentially by doing this, you're making the 2020 recruiting class, which is now on campus, and the 21 recruiting class, which we've been discussing, all true freshmen next year, even if they're playing this year. That means you're going to have a massive class right there in the middle, and as scholarship limits drop back to 85, you're going to have a bottleneck, and you're going to run out of scholarships pretty easily. There'll probably be a lot of attrition on programs as they crank up the pressure for some kids to go ahead and move on. It's going to be very interesting. It's a topic I will be delving deeper into at GoPowercat.com this week with the VIP from Fitz column. Check that out on down the road. Well, COVID-19, we got to talk about it. It's kind of like a little tradition we have. Kansas State had no active cases as of Tuesday when Chris Kleiman was asked about it. He was asked with the last testing, did anyone come back positive? No. Well, that may not be the entire story. We're tracking this at GoPowercat.com on our message board, Wabash Station. There might be a small outbreak within the team. They're now under quarantine, some players, and being tested. They have apparently been exposed through friends to COVID-19. We'll see what happens. Now, when this all started, when I started to discuss what hurdles teams must overcome to play football, one of them was this. What happens when an infected player unknowingly goes to a position meeting and infects his group or potentially infects his group? That may have happened at Kansas State. More information on that at Wabash Station. We'll continue to update that as we know more. But we also know there are outbreaks in other Big 12 teams. Oklahoma and Texas Tech are fighting some COVID outbreaks. Folks, this is going to happen. Quarantine the ones you must and keep going forward, and that's how we're going to end up playing football. Well, that's it for this daily delivery. I'll be back with you later in the week.